for the hard part. Let's say you have a significant number. How do you turn it into a bean mosaic? If we look back at the bean mosaic requirements, um, it says that you need 4 different types of beans at least, and you must use 50 total beans. Each type of bean will represent a different place value. So you need to think about how to regroup your numbers into multiple place values using the base 10 place value chart. This is a hard task. So let me model an example. Let's say I have a very simple meaningful number. My meaningful number is 5. Say I have the number 5. Well, how do I wind up creating something that has at least 4 different place values and at 50 beans? Right now it looks like I only have 5 beans, 5 ones. Let's just say, for example, though, I want to think, instead of thinking about this as just 5 in my ones, let me think about it as I have 2 ones and 3 ones. That's 5, and it's 5 ones, but I'm just going to think about it that way so I can show you how to shift a little bit. I'm going to split that 5 up into 2 and a 3. I want to keep 2 ones, let's say. Those will be like I's. But now with these 3/10ths, I have 3 ones. I can shift this 3 to the tens place. And if I shift this 3 to the tens, remember that would be like actually 30 tenths. Because we all know if I have 30 tenths, we would say, oh boy, that's too crowded. I'm going to need to move the 3 over here, and once again, I'm back at that same value. So if I'm moving this way, I'm going to need 10 times more. This is going to be 30 tenths has a value of 3. So I'm not changing the value at all. I'm just shifting the place value. So 30 tenths, now I have 30 tenths. Well, that's cool. But let's think about it. I'm going to keep wanting to shift again. So let's say I'm going to keep, instead of calling it just 30 in and of itself, I'll think about it as I have 25 tenths, because I really don't want more than 25 tenths. And 25 tenths and 5 tenths. Well, that's still 30 tenths, but the reason I split it up is because I'm going to shift this 5 tenths. And 5 tenths would be like 50 hundredths. Wow, look at all the beans I have now. Now I'm up to 77 beans. Now I don't have 4 different types of beans. So once again, I'm going to shift again because I'm going to get all the way to my thousands place. But let's say I really want a lot in my hundreds. This is going to be like the bulk of my project. So when I think about 50, I'm going to think about it as I'm going to keep 48. And I know 48 and 2 make 50. So as long as I have 50 in my hundredths, everything is good, except this 2 I'm going to shift. And I'm going to call it 20 thousandths. Now, I have 4 different place values, so those could be 4 bean types. Do I have over 50 beans? Absolutely. I have way more. 25 and 20 is 45, and 48 and 2 is 50. So I have 95 beans in this project. I can make something really cool. Let me just show you again to prove to you that the value didn't change. But this is how I'm going to start it. But if I look at the thousandths, I'd say, oh, I have 20 thousandths. That's too crowded. I'm going to move the 2 over here. That gives me 48 and 2 more. That now gives me 50. Well, that's too crowded. So I'm going to move the 5 over here. I have 25 before, so 25 and 5 now give me 30. And I'm going to say, well, that's too crowded. Now I have 30, so that's too crowded. So I'm going to move the 3 over here, and I wind up with, oops, let me not change that part. I wind up with 5 in the ones. So my value is 5.00, but you can see how I was able to manipulate that using the base 10 system. Try that out on your own so that you're ready to start creating your bean project. And this is what we'll continue to work on tonight as well.